I'm Big is an online talk show sharing what's working in a big way. It is about redefining what it means to be big. Welcome to I Am Big, where you and I redefine big. Today we have Bonnie with us. Thank you for coming, Bonnie. Bonnie is here to talk about what she calls as a mother's worst nightmare. What happened, Bonnie?
Well, I went to bed, and my
This
son...
is earlier this year, right?
Yes, it was earlier this year. And I had gone to bed, and my son and his girlfriend were out with at a party, a diaper party, I guess.
How old is your son?
He's 24.
Okay.
I woke up hearing his girlfriend screaming in the basement. And I went downstairs and saw my son straddling her on the basement floor, restraining her. And he was in a drunken blackout. And I tried to pull him off on several occasions, ripped his sweatshirt, trying to get him off. And she's just a little thing, and he's almost 300 pounds. And he wasn't budging, and I was pulling his hair, and he started swinging at me at the same time. And after several attempts, I saw a golf club sitting next to the wall, and I hit him on the back of it.
Just so that he gets off, because
Yes.
there was no way to get his attention.
I hit him with the handle, and that got his attention. And he got off of her and started coming at me and started strangling me with the golf club. I had his girlfriend go and get our neighbor to come and help. And as soon as she left, his dog started biting. And I don't know if he was trying to bite me or trying to bite my son, but my legs got in the way, and I got attacked horribly. And by the time the neighbor came, my son was already off of me upstairs, and the girlfriend came and helped me off the floor. And then when we went back upstairs, he tried strangling me again with his bare hands. And
He's completely drunk.
Yeah, and I could tell he was blacked out just by the gaze in his eyes. And the only analogy that I can come up with is like the Incredible Hulk, how he transforms from a regular, wonderful person into this monster. And he doesn't remember any of it. Well, then, after the neighbor and the girlfriend got him off of me from trying to strangle me again, my son went down the basement and got out the guns. And I was able to get out of the house. And the worst thing after that was then I had to call the police on him.
Because you thought he was going to...
I thought somebody was going to die that night. And I didn't know if it was going to be me or the neighbor or my son, because my neighbor told me once we were at his house that if my son came over there with a gun, that he was going to shoot him. He was going to protect his family. You know, unfortunately, my son doesn't remember any of it, and I don't think, realizes it was as bad as it really was.
Well, has your son, he has had a history with alcoholism or...
Yes, he has been drinking for a long time, and I didn't know it, but he told me he has been drinking since he was 14 years old.
As a mother, I can't imagine how it feels like, experiencing that, with your own son. What happened after that? So...
I was just treated for my dog bites. I had 7 dog bites on my legs. I thought I had broken ribs at the time, but I didn't mention it because I thought, well, they can't do anything with broken ribs anyway, and it's just another bill. So, let's treat the dog bites and be on our way. Well, then when I had to go see my family doctor that following Monday to have my wounds looked at, I told her, I said, well, I think I have broken ribs, because they had given me medicine at the hospital
So you
for the
didn't-
pain,
so,
but
yeah, you just didn't know.
and she said, and asked me what else was bothering me, and I said, well, my throat's been sore, Well, you're going for X-rays. Well, here we go. I'm going to get that bill whether I liked it or not. And as it turned out, I did have 2 broken ribs and fractured trachea.
What about just emotionally? How did you cope after that? The son is not there anymore.
When it first happened, I was in shock for quite a while. I was still trying to deal with my injuries, of just the pain and being off of work and trying to get around and people helping me. We had to go to court, and I had to testify against him. And then I had a nervous breakdown after that because the judge added another charge to his list of charges, and that was assault to do great bodily harm less than murder. And they handcuffed him right in front of me and took him back to jail. And that pushed me over the edge, seeing that, knowing that my son could be facing years and years and years in prison. And I was partially responsible because I was the one that hit him with the golf club. Even though I know it's not my fault, but I had taken part in this mess that I never wanted to be in.
But you did that so that you could get him off the golf club.
Yes.
You're trying to,
Yes.
I remember that, when we were talking on the phone, you said that you have 3 dogs, right?
Yes.
And they're all rescue dogs, and you mentioned that they really helped you. How did they help you through this?
Well, it's funny because the dog that attacked me, my mother was just having a fit when she came to help take care of me because she was afraid that Bobo was going to attack me again, and I kept reassuring her. I said, I don't really think he was trying to attack me, and even if he was, he saved my life because he was a diversion biting me to have my son stop choking me with the golf club, and that's what happened there. But, Bobo, ever since I got bit by him, he comes and checks my wounds. He sniffs the areas that he bit. He sleeps with me every night. He cuddles in my lap every night. When I had my nervous breakdown, I was on suicide watch. My phone rang every 2 minutes. I couldn't get a nap if I wanted to because everyone was worried about what I was going to do.
Did you have feelings?
And I did. And my whole family knew it. I never said anything, but I knew. They were all on suicide watch because they could tell I was a mess. The dogs, I just kept thinking, who would take care of them? They're my babies too. And, the dogs who love me unconditionally, and they were taking care of me just as much as my mom was and my family.
So the dogs gave you a purpose to live.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful that you're alive.
Me
I'm
too.
very grateful that you're alive. We're going to take a break and come back with Bonnie, and she's going to talk about where she's at today and more. Thank you. No human being deserves to be told that they are small, because that ain't the truth. After being told that I was too fat to do anything and I will not make it, I made it, and I made it big, both professionally and personally. Now it's time to do something bigger, and I'm going to do it with you. I know I am big, and so are you. I'm Big is an online talk show sharing what's working in a big way. It is about redefining what it means to be big, to dream big, to act big, to grow big, and to share big. Because big goes way beyond size. Big is who we are and how we live. We are traveling around Chicagoland and beyond to bring you stories of everyday people doing big things. Join our movement today on iambig.com and share with us on Facebook, Pinterest, and Twitter. Sending you a hug from Chicago. We are back with Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie. So, where's your son at today?
Right now, he is in a halfway house.
Okay.
It's a work release program.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center.
And what about you?
I am so much happier now. But it's not so much of, I mean, the medication, of course, time, and the healing, of my body, and friends and family. But there's support groups and that type of thing that I've gone to that have really helped. Really helped.
How's your relationship with your son?
Well, we haven't had one.
Alcohol took it away, you think?
I think he blames me for this because he doesn't remember. I think that
Do you blame yourself?
not anymore. I mean, I don't think I did to
So
begin
good.
with. Just being a part of it, I think that I took blame in. I do blame myself for waiting so long. And there's been so many times in the past that there's been an incident to where the police should have been called, and I didn't because I was afraid he'd go to jail. I should have called the police a long time ago, because had I done that the first time, we
This
may
would
not be
have
here
happened.
today.
I
And-
wouldn't blame, yourself too much, because you're wonderful. I can
Oh,
see it in
thank
your
you.
eyes, and we all do things for a reason, and everything does happen for a reason, unfortunately. And hopefully, going forward, you can rebuild your relationship with your son, and hopefully it'll come to a place where you guys can meet eye to eye and love each other the way it
And
was
I
supposed
hope
to be.
so.
I know
hope
it will.
so.
Be. It will. It's just a matter of time. Bonnie, what would you like to share with our viewers today?
Anybody that is living with an alcoholic or member of the family is an alcoholic, go seek help for yourself, and it would make your life a whole lot better.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank
We
you.
want to give you something. My producer is going to hand me this right now, and it's a new one. I'm going to open it up for you. It is the I Am Big wristband.
Oh,
You are
thank
very big.
you.
Thank you so much for sharing your powerful story, coming
I
on the
love
show. To join in with us to redefine big, go to I Am Big on Facebook or visit our website for more information. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
again. Thank you.